Hi everyone, this is Healing Master Healer coming to you guys with a quick explanation and teaching you guys and when choosing a home. When you're choosing a home is one of the most important things you guys could ever make. Besides making a big ticket purchase, one of the biggest purchases you're gonna ever make is by financing a home, or if you're a person that have unlimited resources, you happen to just buy a home cash. Other than that, for average people like myself, we will all want to finance that home. But one of the most important things before you're looking to purchase a home, and I'm giving you guys some tips. I'm not going to go and show you any secrets. I will just give you a few tips. And if ever anybody here watching this video and you want to purchase a home in the future, you want to make sure it's the right home. So that have the right energy, the right chi, and so that you can have the right prosperity. Because choosing the right home depends on especially the location. So one of the first tips I would always tell people is that when you're choosing a home, make sure the home is not next to a cemetery, next to like a hospital, or like you opposite anything like that, because one of the reasons why you don't want to choose a home close to the hospital or cemetery, because especially in a hospital, close to a hospital, or like on the same street to the hospital, most of the time most people die in a hospital a lot. That's why, like in hospitals, like let's say most people don't like to stay in a hospital, because sometimes if you have surgery, or like, you have to stay in the hospital sick for like a couple of days, you always seeing flashes. People, you might feel like a shadow flash by thing, because a lot of people passed away in the hospital, so the spirits are roaming around in the hospital. So it brings a lot of negative energy. So you don't want to have a home opposite the hospital, or on the same street. The energy is just not good. So that's one aspect of it. Also, too, you don't want to have a home opposite a cemetery. Also, too, I always tell clients, do not purchase any home next to a cemetery. I had one client one time. She had purchased a bunch of she had purchased a town home close to a cemetery, and after when she purchased the home, then I realized what was going on. Now the home now was facing in the right direction, but because the cemetery is right next door, it's like some developer bought a couple pieces of land next to the cemetery. That was back in maybe like in 06, 05, when before the housing bubble had burst now. Remember when the Obama administration came in and was giving out all these money, $10,000 I think towards buying a home, and you didn't have to pay back any tax money. Yeah, so a lot of people was inflating the prices and all those things. So yeah, so this person had purchased a home, and the mistake she made is that purchasing a home next to the cemetery, and everybody in that who was in that development, there, everybody ended up selling the home after 5 years, because their life just wasn't going good. They were beautiful town homes, but and my friend home was facing the right direction. She had the right number address. Her address add up to her prosperity number also too. So, but just because it was next to the cemetery, the energy from next to the cemetery was just dead, and everybody there, I saw everybody. Most people sell their home. Some people went into foreclosure. Everybody there in that development just was not going good. So my client, she ended up leaving. Things was going good with her. She wasn't able to meet her bills, things like that. So everybody's life just end up being different. Not everybody's life will be like how her life is. But if she had consulted me before, I would have talked her out was never to purchase a home next to a cemetery, because just the energy from next to the cemetery is just no good. So you don't want to really live next to a cemetery. Few people can live unless they know what to do. Certain things you could do to live next to the cemetery, but sometimes you just can't. The average person, you just don't ever go buy a home next to a cemetery. It's not going to work out. Things is going to go bad with you in your life, and everything could sometimes some people's lives could go worse than some. So also to our next thing too, number 3, is that you need to choose the right location. Most of the times, I always tell the people that if you're choosing a home, make sure the home facing the east or the northeast, especially if it's a single family home or if it's a town home. Most of the time, especially in Asian cultures, most people will always choose a home facing the east or the northeast. Because you want to always have the home where your front door, make sure the front door of the home is facing the east or the northeast, so that the sun, when the sun come up, you want to be able to see the sun. And a lot of times too, also to how you, if you're building a home, you always want to make sure that your master bedroom with your bed head, wherever you're resting your head, you want to be able to face in the east. That's the next direction also too. Some people have the bed head facing the west, because you know the reason why it's like that, because when you're burying the dead, most people, when they're burying the dead, the foot, the head of the person, when they're burying the dead in some cultures, most of the time the head will be facing the east, and then the person's foot will be facing the west. So that is one of the reasons why you don't want to have in your bedroom, especially when you're choosing a home, you want to make sure the layout, of the home. So first begin, your front door of your home should be facing the east or the northeast, because that is where you want to bring all the prosperity, money, you want to come into the home. Make sure that your front of your home, whenever you're choosing a home, make sure that when you don't want when you're choosing a home, you don't want the home, especially like some people on the front of the home, you don't want it to have too much stuff blocking the front door, because you always want to have your front door looking pretty and nice. You want to have nice little plants, but you don't want to have too much plants, especially big trees and stuff. Sometimes that slows down the chi of the energy and prosperity and money coming into the home. So if you guys want to know more, you have to book your reading, book your consultation, in order for me to consult with you and what is the best way, what is the best locations and all these things. Number 4, you have to be able to choose the right number home. The worst number to have is if your home add up to number 4. That's why you see, like in buildings and stuff, you don't see 13 add up in numerology as a number 4. So 3 plus 1, so that's 4. So anything add up to number 4, that is no good. I remember one time that I was living in, I was renting, at one time back in the day, I was renting a condo. And I was renting this home from an Asian lady, But I noticed the Asian lady, she never stayed in the home. She just bought the home. And back then, I didn't understand the significance of having the right number in a home, But I noticed she rented out the home quick, and she moved to California, And I moved in the home. And man, I spiritually cleaned the home, smoked it out, done every single thing. But every time I do stuff, it's like everything just fall flat. And then one day I was researching certain things, and then I realized, wow. And then when I checked the number of my home, it added up to number 4, It added up to number 4 in numerology. And number 4 is one of the worst numbers you could ever get in a home in numerology, And number 8 is the most prosperous number, especially in Asian culture and Chinese and stuff, and certain parts of those areas in Asia. Number 8 is the most prosperous number. So a lot of times, I don't know if you guys here notice, if your home add up to number 8 and you live in a development, I could guarantee that home will sell faster, because a lot of people know the significance of having a number 8 home. Now, when you're having a number 8 home, is one of the most prosperous numbers to have, especially if it's facing the east. So if your home facing the east and it add up east or northeast and it add up to number 8, that is money. I have a lot of clients that I advise, and a lot of them homes add up to number 8, and money always flowing in the home. So you have to know the significance of your numbers. You know what I'm saying? The funny thing about it, my spirit guides choose my home for me. My home add up to number 7, which number 7 is based on spirituality. So I deal with a lot of spiritual energy, a lot of spiritual stuff. I do a lot of healing, a lot of stuff. So I didn't choose that. My spirit guides choose this home for me. I dreamt of my home like 2 years in advance. I saw the color of the home. So when I was house hunting, when I roll up, I already had known this was the home for me, because I saw it in a dream 2 years ago, and I saw the color home. So when I roll up on the home, was the last home on the list. And when I roll up from the landscaping from the house appeal, I felt energy. I felt like home, and that's how I know this was the right home for me. And it was a number 7. So all these things, sometimes you guys need to pay attention to. God is be talking to you guys, but choosing the right number home can make and break you. So back to the number 4 home, as I was telling you about. If you turn to a number 4 home, that is bad luck. Anything you try to do on a number 4 home, if you guys look back and add up your home, if it turned to a number 4, I always tell my clients, you don't want your home to be a number 1. If your home add up to number 1, you would have to do certain things in order to change the energy. But I'm not going to give out the secrets. You have to pay for that. I'm not giving out free things. Like a lot of people are giving out free information, and I don't know how they're surviving. But as I say, number 1, if your home add up to number 1, most of the time you end up staying single, especially if you're a single person and your home is a number 1. And number 4 is bad luck. You're not going to get any prosperity. It's just like everything will be stagnant, you know. So the number home and facing in the right direction is one of the most important things you want to look at when choosing a home. Also too, when you're choosing a home, also too, you have to be careful choosing corner homes, especially when you don't want to have a home. Don't choose a home, especially when you have a stop sign, and when the stop sign and cars coming, and the cars the lights are hitting your home. If the cars lights are hitting your home, that is no good also too. So you have to do certain things like in feng shui in order to offset, to block the cars and the lights from hitting your corner home. So some people might have to plant tall trees in order to offset that energy hitting your home. And every time cars stopping by your home, especially if it's facing and the lights at night hitting your home, you can do certain things like plant some trees around in order to offset that. So a lot of things you can do. But as I say, if you guys need to know more, you want to choose a home, you want to consult with your spiritual advisor at all times. And also too, you don't want to have a home where you have a stop sign. I always tell people that. And we have a fire hydrant. Anyway, fire hydrants, like I remember one time I was searching for a home, and the home was real fly. I ain't lying, the home was nice, yo. But the only thing that really was the breakup for me is that the master bedroom, I believe, was a little kind of tight. It had like 5 bedrooms or 4, I can't remember, it was 6 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms or something, but the home was fly, you know. The kitchen was nice, you know, master bedroom was nice, but the breakup for me was it was a corner home, and when the cars and them was coming, they'd have been hitting my home a lot of times, you know. And also it had a fire hydrant there, and I don't like that fire hydrant energy, and I don't like with the stop sign energy. So I had a stop sign and a fire hydrant. So there's a lot of things that can cause you from when you're choosing a home. You gotta make sure that there's you don't have a stop sign, and if it's a stop sign, you don't want the stop sign to be always with the light hitting your home where people at night. So you might have to plant some trees to offset that energy from hitting your home. All these things. So as much as the people like to choose corner homes, you get more space because it's on the corner. But also the drawback too is that if the corner is where hitting your home, that energy could cause confusion in your home and different things like that. And also next tip also too, when you're choosing a home, a lot of people like to go and run and buy homes in cul-de-sacs. I always tell people that is like, let's say you're living in a development now, and your home in a cul-de-sac and it's on the dead end, and everybody have to come down there and turn around, because a lot of people like the cul-de-sac because they feel like they get a lot of space. But the drawback of a cul-de-sac, and especially when it at the dead and at the end in your development, is because all the energy from that street, so everything is coming down and hitting your home. So a lot of energy will be coming down the street, so people will be coming down. It have no outlet, so the outlet, remember, is energy. So people driving down, a lot of people will be coming down and always turning around in the cul-de-sac area. That is not good. If you look at most of the times in most developments, the first set of homes that's always selling a development, this be the homes in the cul-de-sac, because the energy down there is always stick down to the bottom in the cul-de-sac area now. And most people who living in a cul-de-sac home, they will have a lot of tension. They'll be fighting a lot. in that home, especially in a cul-de-sac area. It looks nice on the outside, but because all the energy is hitting the home. So in order to live in a cul-de-sac area peacefully, you have to do certain things like in feng shui in order to offset that energy. You have to be able to know how to deflect the energy from it coming and hitting the home all the time. Maybe I have to plant some trees, I might have to do certain things. I'm not going to go into too much of my secrets to give away too much information. But these are some of the things that when you're choosing a home, you gotta make sure that think carefully. Be careful of cul-de-sacs. It looks big and nice. You get the space and all that stuff, you know, when you're having your little cookout and stuff. But the drawback of a cul-de-sac home, pay attention to you guys. I can guarantee that anytime you see you in a development, look at the homes in a cul-de-sac, look at the homes on a corner where always corner homes always sell quick, and especially if the home is on a corner and have a stop sign, and if the lights from the cars that's always stopping there and hitting the home, that home will always have confusion and drama in that home. And cul-de-sac home, most people in cul-de-sacs is always be fighting, a lot of tension, because all the energy from the street is that comes down there, it sticks down there, so you don't have an outlet. You know, energy have to flow, so it will be hitting that home. So whoever is the home, like in the middle of the cul-de-sac, most of the, if your home is in the middle, that it coming down and facing like the street, that home is the one will take a lot of the hits. Now the other homes in the cul-de-sac also too will pick up energy, like on the left or the right, but the home in the middle that facing the main road, that is the home that get all the hits. Most of the time I have seen, whenever I was looking for homes, those are always the homes that always be for sale all the time. Cul-de-sac homes and corner home. Pay attention to it. Or if the home add up to number 4 or number 1, the homes that sell the fastest is numbers that add up to like a number 8. If your home add up to numerology, add up to number 8, that home fly off the shelf like that quick in a home, because some people understand the numbers in numerology, that certain numbers in your home, the direction of the home, all these things. So you have to be careful when you're choosing a home. You got to feel the energy. So that is why you want to hire a spiritual advisor, somebody who could give you the guidance. We could look at the areas in your home. Everything could be done virtually when you're choosing a home, to tell you this is the right number, how the home is located, the front of the home. I could tell you a lot of these things to help you choose the right home, so that you won't be fighting in your home. And click down on the video, you guys could see why you need protection for your home. So I'm teaching you guys and explaining you guys a lot of things. You guys might just go buy a home and feel you could just go sage and take up some white sage and Palo Santo. No, you need stronger stuff to smoke out and clean out your home. You need to protect your home, your doorways and different things, your master bedroom, all these things, your bed, how you rest your head at night. You need to all these things you need to know. So peace, love and blessings. You guys please like, subscribe, share. You guys will be getting some more gems from me. So as I say, choosing the right home is one of the most important things that you're going to ever do in your life. You choose the wrong home, your life will turn upside down. You and your wife will be fighting, your kids and them uneasy, your children can't sleep at night. A lot of times I have to go back and offset some of these things, because people go on, they look at the home on the outside. Whenever you're going to choose a home, you always drive by at night, you drive by during the day, you check to make sure a lot of people are not hanging outside, especially in buildings and stuff. Some of you guys need to choose homes close to nature, especially townhomes. Make sure you have the right number townhome. Add up numerology, watch the layout of the home, feel the energy, pay attention, watch the front door. Sometimes you have to have the right color front door in order for your home, in order for it to match up. Not every color front door. Sometimes your color front door could be the wrong color front. So all these things you guys have to know. You have to put certain things over your door, your front. That's why Asian people, Indian people, Chinese people, certain people that Spanish people from South America, that's why you see things are popping in their lives, you know. So I'm teaching some of my people that I connect with, that the reason why some of you lives are not popping is because you guys living by guess, while the other people and stuff, they're winning. So my job is just to show you guys and give you a few tips. I'm not going to go into teaching and giving away any secrets, but I'm just giving you guys little tips so you guys can understand and see how I roll, you know. So these are some of the tips that you guys need to pay attention when you're choosing a home. Make sure it's not a cul-de-sac. If it's a corner home, Make sure that the home that you're choosing don't have a stop sign and a fire hydrant, and especially if there's stop sign where the cars are hitting your home. Never choose a home like that. If not, you'll have to put some trees around the corner to offset the lights. If you can't move, especially now, and you realize you're in a corner home, and you're having a lot of bad energy, you're fighting and having problems because of the lights from the cars, and the cars' energy always hitting there. So it's the same thing when you have a business. You have a business like in a strip mall, and you have a business. You notice some Asian business, and the cars coming up in the strip mall, like in a parking lot. You'll see some people will have like a reflecting glass, like a tint window, like up to a certain height. So that's to reflect from the cars now, hitting the business place. So all these things that you have to know. A lot of people think you could just buy a home, I guess, and just move in and look pretty on the outside. You have to drive around. You have to feel the energy. You have to feel the pulse. You guys have to connect. You have to connect. You gotta take your time. Drive around. You're going to choose an apartment. You have to watch where the apartment is. Make sure it has the right number apartment. All these things. So I hope you guys know. Please like, subscribe, share. Please like my videos. I appreciate the love and the support, and we'll be hearing more teaching videos coming soon. Peace out. Bye.